I'll invite Professor Nagendra R. Parasha, Vice Chancellor of Presidency University. A round of applause for VC.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, and my dear colleagues. Here I am not here to sell any product, but here I am here to share some of the best practices that we follow at Presidency University. Just to mention briefly about our university, we started in the academic year 2015-16, and it is run by Presidency Group of Institutions, which is in the field of education since last 40 years. And we run 3 schools: School of Engineering, School of Management, and School of Law. And we are located in Idgalapur, which is in Doddaballapur, Bangalore. And we have 60 acres of campus, and we have highly qualified and competent faculty with state-of-the-art facilities. Some of our best practices include, we have faculty. I come one by one, faculty, academic structure, industrial practice, transparency, examination system. I'll come one by one. Looking at the faculty profile, we strongly believe that any university or an academic institution is not built with bricks; it's built with brains. Keeping that in mind, we started our operations in the last year, August. And if we look at the faculty profile, that what we could able to attract, 60% of my faculty members, right now I'm having 30 faculty members on rolls in engineering and 7 from management and law. And for the next academic year, we already recruited 45. Keeping every data together, we have around 60% of faculty members having PhD from PME institutions.
And take clue from him.
Sorry?
Take clue from him. Rather than telling more about university, tell about the best practice, which
I'll come to that point.
The faculty is not important. Generally, what is the message you have for others? That's better. Just briefly, please.
Sir, we have got high flexible academic structure. We have more electives. If I come to engineering, I have got 13 electives to offer for students, and electives within and across discipline. A student of mechanical engineering can select an elective, even from an MBA course. So, even after registering for an elective, we permit him to withdraw and substitute an elective. To improve his grade, we also permit a student to repeat a course. And in the final year when he comes, we have got an industrial practice course that I'll come into the detail in the next slides. Like a student will be working in an industry, an engineering student for 7.5 months in an industry. Especially in the final year, in either of the semesters, either in the 7th semester or in the 8th semester, he'll be working completely there. And we permit change of branch and lateral entry. And we have courses on personality development. We have got courses on lab-based, computer-based, and project-based. And for MBA programs and law programs also, we have got an industrial practice program. Now coming to, this is one of our unique select points of Presidency University, that industrial practice program, what we call it. Where theory learned in classroom is links with the practice in industry. See, one of my colleague speaker was talking, mentioning that, most of us, 90% of students are unemployable. See, for a student to be successful in profession, like what industry looks at, that we are not, most of the universities, we are not looking in that angle. Should be able to communicate, have good interpersonal skills, able to work in a team, capable of making decisions, develop leadership skills, acting in confidence, managing time efficiently, developing positive attitude, adopting appropriate vicinity etiquettes. These are some of the qualities what an industry is looking for when they come for an interview, or what is required for a student to be successful in professional. But do any amount of this, any amount of on-campus courses, we can teach any amount of courses. Do these courses inculcate these qualities in a student is a big question. So for that reason, we introduced a course called as Industrial Practice, because most of our faculty members, including myself, we are having a background of BITS Pilani, where a student works in industry at the end of second year for a period of 8 weeks, and in final year for a period of 5.5 months, they work in industry. So we took that practice and we are implementing it here. It is an attempt to bridge the gap between university and industry. And it is analogous to medical internship. And when a medical student has an internship program in the final year, why not an engineering student? So keeping that in mind, we implemented it here. And it is just literally speaking, classroom shifted to industry. And student work in real life program, problems, and it is a credited and monitored internship program. Just like that, we don't send a student for an industry and keep quiet. Rather, there will be a faculty to monitor it. And in total, student work for 7.5 months. And as I mentioned earlier, it is an institutionalized process. We do not ask a student to find a company. Rather, it is an institutionalized process where we find companies for a student, and we allot the student, and we depute a faculty to monitor it. And transparency is one of our unique selling points. Like, we give the handout, that is a covenant between faculty and the student on the day one. This is what we are going to teach it for you for the entire semester. Class by class we give it. And immediately after the evaluation component is over, we are going to display the solutions on the notice board. And we return the answer sheets back to the student within 3 working days of the evaluation component is over. That means if there is any discrepancy in the marks that is being given, student can claim it back, and we are going to correct the marks with no charge. And we have student representation, like maybe in disciplinary committee or hostel committee, wherever students' interests are involved, we have student representation. And we have got 1 credit course in the first year itself, where we introduce him to the university operations. You know, like what are all the flexibilities we offer, how you can take the best advantage of it. Like that, to take the best advantage of the systems and subsystems that what we have introduced, we have got 1 credit course on that. On the right, on the day one itself, we give him an academic regulations booklet, where it gives the complete details of what actually the right from registration to graduation, what are all the processes involved, and how systems and subsystems. Say for example, if I wanted to go for a change of branch, what counts? If I wanted to go for this repeating a course, what rules and regulations are counted. That we give it on the right, the day one of the first year. And a student handbook, hostel regulations handbook, all these things are given to a student on the right, the day one when he registers for the course. Evaluation components are conducted on all Mondays, so that, you know, like hassle-free week will be there. And answer sheets are shown to the students within 3 days. I have already mentioned that. And papers are on a varied level of difficulty, low level, medium level, and high level difficulty, so that we can, when we go for a relative grading, we can easily differentiate a good from the bad. And open book, in all courses we have got an open book evaluation component. It's a random number based examination system for each examinations, and even we announce the results and grades. Once if the last compre is over, within next 3 working days, we are going to give the grades and the results of all the courses immediately after the evaluation component is over. And most of the cases, it so happens that the students will be having poor communication skills in terms of speaking English or reading or even writing or whatever it is. So for such type of students, we take them as a SARSA classes, we call it student academically requiring special attention. So for these type of students, we put them into a language lab, those who are weak in English, and take them as special classes. And for slow learners, we take them as remedial classes. And for all students in the Presidency University are attached with a counselor to discuss about their academic related problems or personal problems or anything. And we have got a student counseling board, which helps the student. Say for example, if he is doing academically poor, which are all the courses that he can repeat, what the actions that he has to initiate from himself or herself to improve the CGPA. So these type of things that we are going to have a board called as a student counseling board, where we are going to counsel the student. And this is one thing, like we take Kannada classes for non-Kannadigas. Here the students are the volunteers, where students teach the students. So this is a voluntary thing that what we are doing. And we have state-of-the-art infrastructure well spread across 60-acre campus, state-of-the-art laboratories and modern classrooms. We at Presidency University's stress-free challenging system than challenge-free and stressful system like other universities. Ours is enabled system, not enforced system. Our duty at PU does not stop at imparting knowledge, rather we make students to think out of the box. We do not create a path of success for students, rather we enable the student to create their own path of success. And before students graduate, we make them to feel that they have graduated from one of the premier institutions in the country. That's the commitment that what we have for the students. Thanks for listening.